What's going on, everybody? It is Elijah Muse here with Gifted Hands Music, and I'm bringing you another tutorial today. Today we are going to be talking about 3 advanced chords that have changed my playing forever, and I just wanted to show them with you. I use them in the majority of the songs that I play, and they just open up a world of possibilities, a world of harmony that you may not be familiar with. So I'm just going to share those with you today. Let's jump right into this lesson. Let's get it. So the first chord that changed the game for my playing personally, and that I think you should all learn, is the minor 6 chord. All right, so this is a minor 6 chord. So essentially what it is just a basic minor triad. And then all I'm doing is adding a major 6 to the chord. So like, what's the major 6 of C major? A. So I just add the major 6 to my minor chord. All right. And now I normally use this over the 4 chord. So say I'm in C major, right? If there's a 4 in the chord, a lot of times instead of playing the major 4, I'll play the minor 4 or this minor 6 chord on the 4 as a transitional chord, okay? So that's mostly where I use it. And then sometimes as well, you can put it over the 5. So you can have a minor 4, so we'll say F is the 4 of C major, right? F is the 4 C major. So I play a F minor 6 chord. I can play that over the 5, which is a G, and that gives me this cool sus chord, G7 sus with a flat 9. So that's another way that I use this chord, but it's game changing, absolutely amazing. So what I want to do is kind of just use it in context. So there's a song, At the Cross, an old school gospel song that I'm sure a lot of people know. And I'm just going to show you how you can use this in the context of an actual song. All right, so let's jump into that. So I'm just going to play like a very simplified version of the song for you. And then I'll point out where I'm going to use the minor 6 chord. All right, so here we are. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens too of my heart rolled away. It was, so here we go. It was there by grace. That's where I could put it in for that song. So one more time, that's at the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens of my heart rolled away. It was there by grace I received. All right, so it was there by grace. So see, I'm on the 4 because I'm playing the song in C major, right? So I'm on the 4, and then I can go to the minor 4, and the minor 4 I'm playing as a minor 6 chord. So that's just an F minor chord, and then I add the 6, the major 6, in the chord, and that gives me my minor 6 chord. All right, so that's a great chord that you can learn. Like I said, you can put it on the 4 of any key, any song that it fits, that it works well in. All right. So chord number 2 that was a game changer, that took my playing to the next level, and that will as well for you, is the half diminished chord. So what is a half diminished chord? Let me play it. This is a half diminished, specifically D minor half diminished, also known as a minor 7 flat 5. So it's simply called a minor 7 flat 5 chord because it's very close to a minor 7 chord. So this is D minor 7, right? 1, 3, minor 3rd, 5, and minor 7. So all I do is take the 5th of my minor 7 chord and flat it. That's it. And so the most common ways that this chord is used is in a minor 2, 5, 1. And there's our minor 6. So you can use a half diminished, aka minor 7 flat 5 chord, in a minor 2, 5, 1. And then you can also use the chord in 7, 3, 6 chord progression. So like, let's say I'm playing just in C major, and I have a 7, 3, 6 chord progression. So the 7 of any major key is supposed to be a half diminished or minor 7 flat 5. All right. So those are 2 common ways that they're used. I also use this chord as like sometimes a passing chord or a transitional chord in different chord progressions and different songs. So we're going to go back to our song At the Cross. and we're gonna see how we can put this chord in that song. All right. So I'm not gonna play it in time. I'm gonna kind of play it free time as if I was following a vocalist. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens of my heart rolled away. It was there by grace. So there it is, my minor 7 flat 5 chord. So remember last time I went, it was there by grace, I hit the minor 6. Instead, I kind of went to the 2 and threw in D minor 7 flat 5 chord. All right, it was there by half diminished. I receive my sight, and now I am happy. All right, so that's one way you can use that half diminished chord. And then, like I said, the minor 2 5 1s has that half diminished chord, and my 7 of a 7 3 6 chord progression also has that half diminished chord. Now, if you're not familiar with any of these chord progressions, if you're like, what is a minor 2 5 1, Elijah? Or you're like, how the heck do I play a 7 3 6? What is a 7 3 6? I want you to check out our Gifted Hands Academy. In the Gifted Hands Academy, I'm actually doing a series on all of these chords, going into depth on how you can play the chord in every key, what specific places you can put it in, and exercises that you can use as well to master these chords and different voicings of the chords. So just click the link in the description if you want more info on the Academy and you want more info on all of these chords I'm going into depth on today. All right, so we got chord number 2. The last and final chord, chord number 3, that will take your playing to the next level is going to be the dominant chord. Right, just a basic dominant chord. You may be thinking, man, I already know how to play the dominant chord, and it's not all that, it's not that complicated. Dominant chords are simple, but there's some advanced concepts that you can apply to dominant chords, and dominant chords are really the secret to extending your playing, embellishing chord progressions, adding fullness to your playing. The dominant chords are the secret to doing that. You listen to jazz, you listen to gospel, it's all throughout, and all advanced gospel and jazz players have these dominant chords mastered and understand there's so many different ways to use them. So let's get into how we can exactly use the dominant chord in an advanced way. All right, so as we know, y'all probably already know, this is a C7 or a C dominant chord. It's just your 1, your 3, and your 5, basic triad, and then you add a flat 7th in there to make a dominant chord. Right? So the most common ways that dominant chords are used are from your major 2 5 1 chord progression. You always hear dominant chords in that. And then also the second way that dominant chords are really used is in the idea of secondary dominance. So if you don't know what a secondary dominant is just using a dominant chord essentially as a transitional chord to take me to another chord that's a 5th away. So you see here, I just used A7 to take me to the D, right? Why? Because A7 is a 5th away from D. So I can use an A dominant chord as a secondary dominant to take me to D. Then I could use D dominant to take me to G. Why? Because D is a 5th away from G. It's a perfect 5th. And then if I use a G dominant, that's going to take me to C because they're a 5th away. So what you'll see in gospel, jazz, and advanced musicians, they use these dominant chords to take them from one place to another. So let's jump into At the Cross and see how we can use dominant chords. Let me just play it for you. All right, so that's kind of a short version of At the Cross, right? So where did y'all see dominant chords? Because they were all throughout that. So at the cross, 1. So here's a dominant chord right here. As soon as we get into it. At the cross, at the cross. So from the top, I use a dominant chord as a passing chord or a secondary dominant to take me to the 6, right? 1, 3, 6. But how did I know how to use that? Because I use the idea of secondary dominance. E is a fifth away from A. So if I want to go to A, I can use an E dominant chord to take me to A. But not only did I just use a basic E7 chord, I kind of altered the harmony. I added a sharp 9 and a sharp 5 to make it sound more dissonant, right? And then when I got to the 6, I played a 6 dominant chord as well, an A dominant, to take me to the 2, right? 2, first all the light, and then 3, 6, another 6 again, or another dominant chord to take me back to the 2, burdens of my heart. The 5 chord is dominant because it takes me, it transitions me to the 1. Rolled away. And then if you see this chord, this is really a dominant chord too. It's really a C7 chord. I was just kind of playing it rootless. So why am I playing C dominant? Because I want it to help me transition to the 4 chord. So this C7 takes me to F. It was there by grace. I receive. And then once again, another dominant chord. 3. E7 takes me to a chord that's a fifth away, the 6th chord. 6. And then I can make the 6 dominant because it helps me transition to the 2. And now 2, I can go 2 dominant. Why? Because dominant chords help me transition. So I'm transitioning to the 5. 5. Happy all the days. And you can do something like that, right? So 5, 5, 5, 5, 1. All right, so dominant chords are all throughout gospel, and they, like I said, act as passing chords to take you from one place to the next. And once you master like dominant chord extensions, alterations, like the possibilities are endless on how you can jump from place to place in a song. And then, you know, we got our like traditional shouting music, preacher chords. Like they even use dominant chords in those types of situations. Like here's an example. Those are all dominant chords. All that is dominant chords. What was that? That was just 3, 6. So E dominant, A dominant. I'm just playing rootless voicings. A dominant, D dominant, G dominant to C dominant. So one more time. All right, those are all dominant chords. So, you know, start practicing these chords, start incorporating them into your playing, and they will definitely do miracles and open up so many different types of harmonies for you. Take this, run with it. Drop any comments in the comment section below if you have any questions. I'm here to help. And if you want more in-depth information on all of these chords, how to use them in context, how to use them in songs, how to get them in all 12 keys so you can learn them all over the piano, check out Gifted Hands Academy. I go into depth on each one of these chords and other chords as well. And I will show you the exercises, the songs that you need to learn, the ways you need to practice these things to really incorporate into your playing and get it mastered, get them memorized. All right. So until next time, y'all just stay blessed, stay practicing, stay growing, stay getting better at your craft. And I will see you all very soon.